Hey guys, Automotive Inquiries here. Just thought I'd give you an update on the Jeep ownership. Had the Jeep for about 1,200 miles. Had really no issues with it. Never found where the rattle was coming from in the door from the Macintosh stereo. Unfortunately, that really fancy stereo was just rattling all the time, and I just couldn't pinpoint it. Man, I spent tons of time taking it apart and everything. I don't know if it was the grill, uh, but it wasn't the speaker itself, so I don't know. That was kind of a bummer. Anyway, ownership with that. The safety tech that was in it was okay. It wasn't the best. I'm still going to rank the Kia up there being the best for that. Fuel economy was bad. If you remote started it and drove it in mixed driving, you were probably going to get around 16 to 17. Resetting it, driving it at 75, I got about 19. Now, granted, when they say 19 or 20 and then 25, that's perfect world driving, and that's for that across the board. So a Laredo, one that doesn't have seat massagers and a heavy roof and all of that stuff, I think it probably would get better fuel economy. But when you step up into the upper luxury ones, can have all that extra weight from stuff. I think that's going to affect the fuel economy. So, other than that, steering was heavy. I got a little tired of the gauges, the actual gauges themselves, because that screen literally every time something would happen, the gauges would go smaller. It would show what's going on in there, and then pop back up to large. And it just was slightly annoying. But and I found out too that I do like some of the digital and to have some analog gauges. So the piano black in the car, man, it just scratched. I did put a screensaver on the nav, and that definitely would help prevent that from being scratched, but I could even see some really fine scratches on it. And I just drove a lot of those Jeeps before I bought one, and man, they were all scratched. So that's something that I think Jeep, you need to go in and if you can use piano black on the outside that doesn't scratch that easy, then use that same material. But I think a lot of the stuff on interiors is actually painted plastic, and it's not clear coated or anything like that, so it definitely scratches. But other than that, the seats were pretty firm. After driving in them for 1,000 miles, I kind of found that I just couldn't find a comfy place to sit in there. But otherwise, I did enjoy the Jeep. The Jeep app is great. The Jeep Wave program is great. But whether it be my old age or whatever, I needed something that was more comfortable. And really, in theory, once we sat in and sat more in the Telluride and stuff, I don't think it was any more roomy than the Telluride. And the third row is only a 2-seat in the Jeep versus the Telluride's a 3. So I would just say overall, it was a very nice car, just not a car for me. Um, and I think if you're looking for a Jeep and you need that third row, then that's definitely something you got to look at. And it may be because the cooled seats that the seats are more firm. Maybe because the massaging stuff in it makes it more firm. I don't know. But other than that, I mean, the car was put together very well. The engine had plenty of power, but just was not a fuel. And I wasn't thinking of it as like an economic type car. I just was surprised it didn't even get close to what their EPA. And usually if I nurse it or drive super easy on it, then I can get that. And then, last but not least, I did end up trading it. Would I buy another one of those? No. However, I would probably look at the Laredo, because if you're looking for comfort and fuel economy, and I would definitely take it out, reset it, and see what you could get. But I went a completely different direction. But I think, like I said, if you're really into Jeeps, then I think that you're gonna just be blown away how nice this car is. Was the Macintosh worth it over the Alpine that's in limited? No. Did the seats feel any nicer? no. Um, so I think limited, you can save some money and get darn near everything that you want, especially if you special ordered it. You could probably get just about everything that's in an Overland, um, and not have to sweat it. But yeah, go take one for a drive and see if they're for you. Mine is now at Interstate Ford if you're looking for a low mileage one. Um, because there were a lot of great things about the Jeep that I did like, and like I said, the Uconnect 5, I think that's what that one was. Love the maps. It was very easy to use, and that's nice because coming from the Outback was not. So just wanted to give you a quick update, and if you're out there driving, be safe, and hope this helps anybody want to know kind of what it's like after you own one of these Jeeps for a little bit. Take care.